I want to show you a little shortcut when it comes to masking. So let's say you wanted to mask out this area, right? So let's take a polygon and we can just feed this directly into our leg tattoo. But before we do that, let's just draw our shape. So click your polygon, draw a quick mask. The next thing you want to do if you wanted to move this along here is you would start grabbing your mask, moving it over, and then you would just have to keep creating new keyframes along the way, eventually getting most of the having to do almost all of them yourself manually. So there's a little bit of a shortcut way. So if we were to look at that, you'd have to keep adjusting this constantly. A little shortcut way we can do that is if we go in here and add a planar tracker and then pipe it in, we can just go to the first frame, just draw a quick loop around that, set that to our first frame, and then we can do position rotation and track forwards. So now the tracking data has probably done about 50% of the work for us, if not more. We can go in here and create a planar transform. And if we take our mask, and I'm just going to draw a new mask actually, polygon, and I'm going to go to the first frame, and then I'm just going to draw a quick mask around the leg here. And then we can take the planar transform that our tracker has now produced, and we can actually feed it in. We actually feed it into the input there instead of the mask input. We can feed it into the main input. That way, when we do a mat control and pipe your footage into it, and then you use the output of the planar transform as a garbage mask. And then if we go into the mat control and invert it, we have the mask following along for us. We don't have to adjust it every single frame. So what this allows us to do is the keyframe is already set on the first frame. Anytime it kind of slips out of position, there's not much here, you just slide it over. You're doing much smaller increments of movements, and you don't have to worry about the whole as much because the tracker is handling all of the position and rotation for you. Here's without that, and then here's with the planar tracker. So now if we can add this to a color corrector real quick, and then I'm just gonna change the hue, and then we could send this as a effect mask. You can see what it's doing there. It's done most of the masking for you. And so you can see there, if you wanted to, you can go into your mask here and only add a handful more of keyframes instead of having to do a keyframe every single frame. This is a more effective way to mask without you having to spend as much time doing it and letting the computer handle most of it for you.